He doesn't explain the decision. He doesn't justify the move. He doesn't seek the room's approval before he finds the groove of the next thing he intends to build without their understanding. Kings don't explain. They've been waiting for the speech, the breakdown of the reasoning. They've been expecting the apology, or at minimum the context. He looked at them across the table, poured a glass and said, I don't explain. Kings don't explain the castle or the road they took. Kings don't explain the war they started or the book they wrote the history in before the history was done. Kings don't explain because explaining is for men who need permission to be who they already are. The man who explains every decision is the man who doubts them. The man who stands behind his choices without the speech. Doesn't need your understanding. Doesn't need your buy-in. Doesn't need the room. Whisper, you want an explanation. Whisper, for why I am who I am. Whisper, for why I do what I do. The answer is full voice and certain. I don't explain to rooms that aren't worth explaining to. Kings don't explain, and neither does this man. Kings don't explain the outcome or the plan. The results will do the talking when the time for talking's done. Kings don't explain, they just become what they already were. They gave him nothing at the start. Not a map, not a hand, not a name worth carrying. They gave him the cold side of the city and told him that's exactly where he'd stay. assessment. He didn't waste his anger on the verdict. He took the dark they gave him as raw material and started building what they said he couldn't build. Built from darkness. That's the only way he knows. Built from darkness. Watch what darkness grows. When a man decides the dark is not a sentence but a starting point. Built from darkness is the only kind of structure that was always meant to stand. Every man they underestimated, every room they said he couldn't enter, every door that closed before he knocked became the reason he arrived through windows they had forgotten, they had left unlocked. They said the dark would keep you. They said you'd never rise. They didn't count on darkness being where a man's fire hides. I was built from darkness, and I brought the light out with me. Built from darkness, and I built it into everything they see. Built from darkness, every stone was laid in shadow. Built from darkness, every harvest grew in fallow ground. Built from darkness is the most unbreakable foundation, because the man who built from nothing cannot be taken down. There's a moment in a man's development that happens so gradually you almost miss it. When the silence that was just absence becomes the most deliberate thing in the room. It happens after the years of learning, after the seasons of watching how rooms work, after the hard understanding that the man who controls the pace controls the outcome. And the pace is set by silence, not by speaking. When silence becomes power, the room feels it before it knows it. When silence becomes power, every word is worth more because of it. become the kind of man that every room already knows. I watched it happen to the men I admired. This particular transformation, the day their silence stopped being quiet and started being architecture. The structure the room was built around. It starts quiet, whisper, just a man who speaks less. Whisper, then the room adjusts. Whisper, then the room waits. Whisper, then the room belongs to the silence. Blues holler when silence becomes power. You don't need another weapon when silence becomes power. You've arrived at something permanent. When silence becomes power, your presence is the instrument. The room was always yours. You just had to stop feeling it. When silence becomes power, nothing else is needed.
It's time away that only certain years can make you tired. Not the sleep kind, the other kind that runs a whole lot deeper. He's carried what he's carried past the point most men retire. He still shows up, still presses the same suit, still keeps the fever. They see the composure and they think it must come easy. They see the steady hand and think he was just built away. They don't see the 4 a.m. and what it costs to keep it. They only see the man who shows up every single day. The tired man's cold is the hardest cold to keep. The tired man's cold runs so much deeper than his sleep. It says you show up when you're empty, you press on when you're done. The tired man's cold is the cold of every man who has ever had to carry on past the point of carrying on. He doesn't talk about it. That's part of the code itself. The man who complains about the weight is put it on the shelf of excuses and of reasons and of stories no one needs. The tired man just carries and continues and proceeds. Even the strongest man has a night that tests him. The code is what he does when the night won't let him rest. Time's hollow, tired and still standing. That's the only kind of man I made worth being. The tired man's code is the most honest code there is. A tired man's code says the weight is yours, it's his. It says get up one more time, even when one more time is everything. The tired man's code is the code that holds the whole thing. Nobody knows exactly where he came from. Nobody's entirely sure where he's going. He appears in the rooms that require his particular kind of presence, and disappears before the questions start showing. The long coat is not a fashion, it's an architecture. It says I've walked through weather you haven't seen the kind of, and I walk through weather you haven't seen yet. And the code is just the cost of being the kind of man who walks through everything. The man in the long coat is the one the room adjusts for. The man in the long coat is the presence every room makes a space for. Without knowing why, without being asked, the man in the long coat is the archetype of every man. Whoever chose the harder version of the road. He doesn't explain the code, he doesn't explain the silence, he doesn't explain the way he enters or the way he leaves. He's the man in the long coat, and the coat says everything. The man has already decided not to. He came from somewhere cold. He's going somewhere colder. But in every room between, he is the warmest presence nobody will explain.
to need a name in any room. The man in the long coat makes the room remember the particular quality of his room, filling silence long after the coat has gone.
He doesn't talk about it, not because it doesn't matter, but because some things lose something in the translation to words, and he'd rather keep it whole inside him, waiting on, than offer up a version that the room could hold. He's seen the room behind the room, he's seen the deal beneath the deal, he's seen what men become when the pressure finds a place where what they said they were and what they actually are finally separate. Seen too much to pretend the world is simple, seen too much to offer you a temple of comfortable illusions about how the thing works. Seen too much and carry it without asking you to carry any of the weight. The young ones come to him for answers. He gives them what he can, which is the truth is heavier than you're currently prepared for. Come back when you've lived enough to hold the weight of it. Whisper. There are rooms I've been in, whisper, that I can't describe to you. Not to protect myself, whisper, but to protect, whisper, the version of the world, whisper, you still have left. Seen too much to pretend or to perform, seen too much to be surprised by any storm. He just nods when the thing happens that he knew was gonna happen. Seen too much to say he didn't see it coming, because he always does. They see the crown, they don't see the cost. They see the throne room, they don't see the frost of every winter that preceded this particular warmth. They see the man in the seat of power, not the man who paid for the seat. The cost was not in money, the money was among it. The cost was in the specific people he couldn't be for the work. The cost was in the years, the cost was in rooms, the cost was in the version of himself he had to give to get here. The crown and the cost come in the same delivery. The crown and the cost are the same thing, viewed from different distances. You see the crown from far away, you only feel the cost from inside it. The crown and the cost is the full accounting of a life spent building something worth having. He wears it well because he paid for it in full. There's a particular kind of wearing that only comes from having earned the right to wear it without owing anyone the justification. The crown is real, the cost was real. He'd pay it again. Whisper, he just wants you to know. Whisper, it wasn't free. Blues holler, every crown has a cost, and I paid mine in full. To the same man. The crown and the cost both fit inside the same hand. He holds them both equally, with equal understanding. The crown and the cost are the honest portrait of a man who built and paid and wore it. He takes the last cigarette from the last pack of a brand they don't make anymore. He lights it the way his father showed him once, in a city that no longer has that bar. Some rituals are just rituals until they're suddenly the last time. And you don't always know it's the last time until it's already done. And you're holding the empty where the full thing used to be. The last cigarette is the punctuation of the era. The last cigarette is how a man says goodbye to the version of himself that smoked through everything he built. The last cigarette is the closing of a chapter with the only ceremony appropriate to the chapter being closed. He doesn't romanticize it, he just lets it mean what it means, which is something ends here and something else begins, with cleaner lungs and the particular kind of clarity that comes after you've closed the door on who you were. One last drag, whisper one last exhale, whisper one last look, whisper at everything this version of him built, whisper, then the last ember, whisper in the dark. The last cigarette burns down to exactly nothing. The last cigarette says everything without saying anything. He drops it, watches it go out, and walks into the next thing. The last cigarette is the most elegant goodbye a man can offer to the man he's done being. Check to see if the room approves. He doesn't wait for someone else to validate his moves. He built his own criteria for what success looks like, and measures himself by that, not by what others write. They offered him the acceptance that came with compromise. He thanked them and declined, and watched the surprise register across their faces like a language they'd forgotten. that a man could be complete without the crowd he'd gotten.
No validation needed
From a room that doesn't know him.
No validation needed
From a world that tried to own him. He decided what he's worth by the standard he set himself. No validation needed, just the work and the results it builds.
the most dangerous thing you'll meet in any room you're entering is the man who genuinely does not need you to believe in him, who built his world with or without your blessing or your recognition.
No validation needed is the most complete position. I don't need you to agree with me. I don't need you to understand. I need what I have always needed. Nothing from anyone but myself.
No validation needed. That's the code he lives inside. No validation needed is the source of all his strife. The man who needs no audience performs at his highest every time.
No validation needed. That's the most powerful kind of mind. They had what he needed, and they knew he needed it, and they waited to see what the need would make him do. He looked at them, looked at the need, looked at the version of himself that begging would require, and chose the need. It cost him that year, and several after it. It cost him rooms he should have been in, and deals he should have made. But what it didn't cost him was the only thing he couldn't afford to spend. The part that stayed upright. He never begged, not for the room or the deal or the door. He never begged, even when the begging would have opened more. Then that begging cost him. He kept his hands at his sides. He never begged because some prices are too high. even when you're poor. He built it slower because of it. He arrived later than he should have. He missed some windows that the ones who asked got through. And he'd make the same decision every time it comes around, because the man he is was built in the moments he chose not to bow. Not because pride is more important than survival, but because a man who begs for what should be given. Whisper teaches the room, whisper, that the begging works, whisper, and he refused, whisper, to teach that lesson. He never begged, and the world adjusted to that fact. He never begged, and the world eventually came back with what he needed on terms he could accept. He never begged, and that is how he kept the only thing no one could give him back if he'd given it away. Dignified and cold. There is a code that operates past midnight, that the daylight world has no jurisdiction over. A different set of rules for different kinds of men who do different kinds of business in the hours between. It isn't written down because the men who know it don't need it written down. They learned it the way all codes are learned, by watching what happens to the men who break it and deciding very clearly never to be those men. The Midnight Code is the oldest law there is. The Midnight Code says silence is serious, that a man's word spoken in certain rooms is more binding than any document. The Midnight Code is the agreement between men who understand that some agreements live only after dark. He lives by it, not because he has to, but because the Daylight Code was written by men who never to trust anyone past the past, that where the law stopped protecting them. Midnight Code is the deeper trust would do this, even if no one could prove that didn't. The Midnight Code doesn't need enforcement.
The midnight code.
The meat who keep it.
The midnight code.
Keep it because they are the kind of men
Who keep it.
and the men who break it. Find out what the code has always had prepared for that eventuality. Is the real law of real men. The midnight code says what you are when no one's watching is what you actually are. The midnight code is the last honest standard in a world that stopped being honest. When the lights came on, there is a code that operates past midnight, but the daylight world has no jurisdiction over. A different set of rules for different kinds of men who do different kinds of business in the hours between. It isn't written down because the men who know it don't need it written down. They learned it the way all codes are learned, by watching what happens to the men who break it, and deciding very clearly never to be those men. The midnight code is the oldest law there is. The midnight code says silence is serious, that a man's word spoken in certain rooms is more binding than any document. The midnight code is the agreement between men who understand that some agreements live only after dark. He lives by it, not because he has to, but because the daylight code was written by men who never to trust anyone past the where the law stopped protecting them. Midnight code is the deeper trust would do this, even if no one could prove that didn't. The midnight code doesn't need enforcement. The midnight code, the maid who keep it because they are the kind of men who keep it, and the men who break it. Find out what the code, find out what the code has always had prepared, whispered for that eventuality. The real law of real men. The midnight code says what you are when no one's watching is what you actually are. The midnight code is the last honest standard in a world that stopped being honest. When the lights came on,
get the version where the door was open. He got the version where the door was locked, and the key was somewhere on the other side of something he'd have to build before he even knocked. Born heavy, not in the victim sense, in the sense that the weight was present from the first morning he can remember, and he never got the option of putting it down for a season to see how it felt to be lighter. Born heavy and carried it like it was always his. Born heavy, never knew what weightlessness is. Never had the season where it all came easy. Born heavy and built everything he has from the particular kind of strength that only comes from never having anything given. He doesn't want your sympathy, he wants your understanding that the heaviest beginnings produce the most load-bearing men, and that everything he built was built because the weight never allowed him the option of building anything less solid. You want to know what built me? Every door that didn't open, every hand that wasn't there. Every morning I had to find the reason without anyone providing it. That's what built me. Blues, holler, and pride. I was born heavy, and I built heavy. was born to be. Born heavy is the only way I know how to be. They don't broadcast the intention. They read the ground before they move, and when they move, it's committed. No hesitation in the groove. He learned this from the years of watching how the patient ones succeeded, while the loud ones burned their credibility on deals that didn't close, and rooms they shouldn't have entered, and words they couldn't back up. Move like wolves, quiet before the move. Move like wolves, committed in the groove. No wasted motion, no announcement, no parade. Move like wolves, that's how empires are made. In the dark, in the silence, in the spaces they forgot to watch. Has already revealed himself. The wolf that moves has already arrived. In the territory he intended, before anyone noticed the intention. That's the difference between the loud and the ones who actually thrive. We move in silence. We read the room before we enter it. We never take a step without knowing what the step is for. Move like wolves. Before they know you're moving, you're already there. The territory is the goal. Move like wolves, patient, precise and whole. Every step intentional, every pause deliberate. Move like wolves, and the room is always ready by the time you get there.
Nobody knows exactly where he came from. Nobody's entirely sure where he's going. He appears in the rooms that require his particular kind of presence, and disappears before the questions start showing. The long coat is not a fashion, it's an architecture. It says I've walked through weather you haven't seen the kind of, and I'll walk through weather you haven't seen yet. And the coat is just the cost of being the kind of man who walks through everything. The man in the long coat is the one the room adjusts for. The man in the long coat is the presence every room makes a space for, without knowing why, without being asked. The man in the long coat is the archetype of every man who ever chose the harder version of the road. He doesn't explain the coat, he doesn't explain the silence, he doesn't explain the way he enters or the way he leaves. He's the man in the long coat, says everything. The man has already decided not to. He came from somewhere cold, he's going somewhere colder, but in every room between, he is the warmest presence. Nobody will explain. The man in the long coat doesn't stay long enough to need a name in any room. The man in the long coat makes the room remember particular quality of his room, filling silence long after the coat has gone. He's tired the way that only certain years can make you tired. Not the sleep kind, the other kind that runs a whole lot deeper. He's carried what he's carried past the point most men retire, and still shows up, still presses the same suit, still keeps the fever. They see the composure and they think it must come easy. They see the steady hand and think he was just built that way. They don't see the 4 a.m. and what it costs to keep it. They only see the man who shows up every single day. The tired man's code is the hardest code to keep. The tired man's code runs so much deeper than his sleep. It says, you show up when you're empty, you press on when you're done. The tired man's code is the code of every man who has ever had to carry on past the point of carrying on. He doesn't talk about it, that's part of the code itself. The man who complains about the way has put it on the shelf of excuses and of reasons and of stories no one needs. The tired man just carries and continues and proceeds. Even the strongest man has a night that tests him. The code is what he does when the night won't let him rest. Tired and still standing, that's the only kind of man worth being. The tired man's code is the most honest code there is. The tired man's code says the weight is yours, it's his. It says get up one more time, even when one more time is everything. The tired man's code is the code that holds the whole thing. He doesn't post the progress, he doesn't share the blueprint, he doesn't need the audience to validate the work. He just builds one deliberate stone at a time. And the hours before the world decides to start watching, the difference between the man who announces and the man who delivers is about 3 to 5 years of unremarkable mornings where nobody was watching, and the work got done anyway. That's the gap between the talking and the building. Building in silence is the only way to build something real. Building in silence is what the structure starts to feel like when the foundation is solid and the walls don't need defense. Building in silence is the patient man's dividend on 10,000 unremarkable mornings. And by the time they ask him how he built it so completely, he's already 3 projects past the one they just noticed. He doesn't explain the method, he just nods and continues. Building in the silence, they're too busy talking to occupy. Whisper, while you were announcing. Whisper, I was building. Whisper, while you were performing the building. Whisper, I was done. Oh, building in silence is the oldest form of winning. Building in silence is how every empire starts its beginning. In the dark, before the ceremony, before the ribbon and the crowd. Building in silence is the loudest thing a man can do without making a sound. The cold eyes aren't from feeling nothing. That's the misread everyone makes. The cold eyes are from feeling everything and learning at great cost to keep it somewhere the room can't reach it. He watched his face in mirrors until the face learned to cooperate, until the grief and the anger and the love, especially the love, found the room inside the room where they could live without informing the surface. Cold eyes don't belong to empty men. Cold eyes belong to the ones who've been through the kind of things that teach a man to guard. Cold eyes are the deepest kind of heart you'll never see. She asked him once what he was thinking behind the stiff of his face. He told her more than you could hold, and that was the honest thing he'd said to anyone in years. the absence of feeling. They're the most sophisticated container ever built for feeling, by a man who had no choice but to contain it. Cold eyes are the eyes that have seen everything. Cold eyes are the ones still processing everything. They witnessed every loss, every cost, every room. Cold eyes are the warmest eyes in the room. You just have to earn the view. He doesn't explain the decision. He doesn't justify the move. He doesn't seek the room's approval before he finds the groove of the next thing he intends to build without their understanding. Kings don't explain. They've been waiting for the speech, the breakdown of the reasoning. They've been expecting the apology, or at minimum the context. He looked at them across the table, poured a glass and said, I don't explain. Kings don't explain the castle or the road they took. Kings don't explain the war they started or the book they wrote the history in before the history was done.
Kings don't explain,
because explaining is for men who need permission to be who they already are. The man who explains every decision is the man who doubts them. The man who stands behind his choices without the speech. Doesn't need your understanding, doesn't need your buy-in, doesn't need the room. You want an explanation? Whisper for why I am who I am. Whisper for why I do what I do. Whisper. The answer is full voice, cold and certain. I don't explain to rooms that aren't worth explaining to.
kings don't explain,
And neither does this man
kings don't explain,
the outcome or the plan. The results will do the talking when the time for talking's done.
kings don't explain,
They just become what they already were.
They gave him nothing at the start. Not a map, not a hand, not a name worth carrying. They gave him the cold side of the city and told him that's exactly where he'd stay. He didn't argue with the assessment. He didn't waste his anger on the verdict. He took the dark they gave him as raw material and started building what they said he couldn't build. Built from darkness, that's the only way he knows. Built from darkness. Watch what darkness grows when a man decides the dark is not a sentence but a starting point. Built from darkness is the only kind of structure that was always meant to stand. Every man they underestimated, every room they said he couldn't enter, every door that closed before he knocked became the reason he arrived through windows they had forgotten, they had left unlocked. They said the dark would keep you, they said you never rise. They didn't count on darkness being where a man's fire hides. I was built from darkness, and I brought the light out with me. Built from darkness, and I built it into everything they see. Cannot be taken down.